Hey, welcome everybody. Let's talk real estate. Your weekly BS with Barry Saywitz about the current commercial real estate market here in Southern California. As we take a no BS look at both sides of the issues driving this market today to find the best solutions going forward. With our man right in the middle, it's Barry Saywitz. Hey, Barry.
Hey, good morning, Paul, and good morning, all of our viewers and listeners out there. Welcome back. It's Tuesday. I am Barry Saywitz, president of the Saywitz Company and managing partner of Saywitz Properties, and we are back for Let's Talk Real Estate, another edition. And I want to welcome everybody back. It is December. It is wintertime in most parts of the country. We here in Southern California call it winter when it dips below 65, and so it's down in the low 60s, and so it's chilly here for us. But I am excited about today's show, number one, because today is, if you didn't know, it's Giving Tuesday, which means you're supposed to give somebody something. And if you were going to donate to a charity or a good cause or something that helps make the world a better place, today would be the day to do it. And in honor of that, I'm excited to welcome our guest, Harag Hamalian, who is president of the TGR Learning Labs, which is an organization that helps students in their development and their preparation for college. And we're going to talk about that organization, where it's been, where it's going. Harag, welcome to the show. I appreciate you coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so I want to start with the concept of the TGRFoundation and the TGR Learning Labs. For those people out there that aren't familiar with it, I guess give us the background. I know a little bit about it, but you'll do a better job of explaining it than me.
Yeah, so the TGR Learning Labs are part of the TGRFoundation, a Tiger Woods initiative. And many people obviously know of Tiger Woods, the GOAT, greatest of all time on golf, on the golf course. What is lesser known is the impact he's been quietly making over the last 30 years to help provide students with access to education, really to ensure that they unlock their potential and live meaningful lives. And so the foundation's been in existence. We're actually celebrating 30 years of the foundation this year, and 20 years of the first learning lab that was built in Anaheim 20 years ago.
And so the original learning lab is in Anaheim here in Orange County, which is where Tiger grew up. And so no better place to start and the journey and create what you guys are doing. I guess talk a little bit about that facility and what it does and how it came to be.
Yeah, so the initial learning lab was built in Anaheim, as you mentioned. Tiger grew up in Southern California in Orange County, specifically in the Anaheim area in Cypress. He played golf at Western High, just down the street from the learning lab. He had practiced at the Dad Miller Golf Course, which is caddy corner to the Anaheim learning lab. And that lab came to fruition. Tiger, about 20 years ago, after starting the foundation 30 years ago, decided he wanted to do even more. And give back to the community he grew up in. It started off with conversations with the local community, the schools, the students, the families, the businesses, to really be thoughtful about what type of resource would be most useful in the community. And through those conversations with stakeholders, what was surmised is that a space where kids could come and learn and have access to future forward careers would be the best use case for that facility. And so the Learning Lab was born. If you've ever been by it, it's about a 30,000 square foot amazing facility. Think high ceilings, glass walls, multimedia rooms, maker spaces, a very large state-of-the-art auditorium, conjoined also to a golf facility with some target greens. And in this space, we answer the age-old question of what do you want to be when you grow up? So kids come to us, they get to explore a wide variety of topics and passions. We help elevate one of those passions and then meaningfully connect that to the right education path for them and the right career path for them. And it's a long, sweet sequence of time that I'm describing with a lot of programs that we offer to kids, all for free.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you don't offer those programs to adults, because I'm not sure what I want to be when I grow up.
I'm still figuring out.
Right. So Paul said you should be a podcast host, and I said, gee, here I am. But in terms of the concept of what you guys are doing, the facility and the programs itself are an adjunct to what I'll call regular school, right? It's after school programs, and in addition to and helping them formulate their likes, dislikes, strengths, and then, like you mentioned, a game plan for moving forward.
Yeah, exactly. So The primary mechanism through which students are introduced to our learning lab is through their schools. So during the day, we run field trips. They're either single day or multi-day field trips with workshops in STEAM. So science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. That's a really broad scope of topics. So everything from multimedia to AI to flying drones to dance. These are all types of things kids may come and experience through a field trip. And the idea of those field trips is to give them a meaningful STEAM experience, but also to introduce them to the lab and the programs that we offer after school and on the weekends. And so on the after school space and on the weekends, we offer courses, we offer clubs, we offer teams. They can learn how to play golf. There's a wide variety of programming that goes everything from exploration to enhancement of learning to really excelling in that learning. And over a long period of time, depending on how often kids come back to us, we're working to create our whole theory of change is to, again, expose them to something that they get really interested in. By the way, they're going to try a bunch of things and like some and not like others, and that's the whole point. We hope to elevate a passion and then connect that to the right education path. And through some of our corporate work that we do, we bring in corporate sponsors and organizations that help us lead really meaningful engagements and work. And so this is a long spectrum. It's kids coming us from an early age, learning, trying a whole bunch of things, succeeding at some, failing at others, tagging to kind of a passion and an interest, connecting that to higher education, and then landing a job, maybe even kind of the whole full spectrum being executed here locally in Orange County. So
Yeah, no, it's exciting. And then is there, I mean, obviously there's a tie-in with the golf, but do you
Yeah.
have to love golf to go there, or that's just a bonus that you can learn how to play and practice and use the facilities there?
It's an absolute bonus. We see it as, our pillars are STEAM connected learning, college and career access, and health and well-being. Golf falls into our health and well-being. We do everything from mindfulness moments to really helping students become holistic students, but folks who are both excited about a passion and education, but also, sound in body and mind. And golf falls into that health and wellness pillar. And so, students have the opportunity. They can, if they're interested in golf, we have ways for them to get involved, everything from exploration to enhancement, but it's definitely not a prerequisite. It's also an access sport. So being able to play golf, obviously is a good skill to have. It's a good health and well-being skill, but it's also an access sport in terms of as you grow up, a lot of business is done on the golf course. So we also see it as a way, if kids are interested to kind of, even if they don't become professional golfers, it's an essential component of being a healthy adult, a successful adult. And so we don't lead with it, but if kids are interested, they have access to it.
And I suppose if they didn't have access to it before, they now do. And if they had access to it, then they can expand whatever they were exposed to.
That's right.
And so, talk about the expansion, because now you guys have been doing this for a long time now. So I'm assuming there's alumni that have come back that said, "Hey, this really helped me," and so the kids that are there now can see somebody who went through the program and benefited from it. And now you've decided to take this template that you created in Anaheim and expand it and do it in other parts of the country.
Yeah, it's an incredible model. It's a really unique model. We're additive in the community, so we are working alongside the school districts very closely to add additional resource and access. And because of that, we hang on to students for kind of the majority of their adolescent development. And I'm very proud to say that 3 of the folks that work at the Anaheim lab were actually alumni of the program. And we have alumni now working in all sorts of different sectors. It's been really successful over the past 20 years, and it's partly due to that success that we've decided to expand in different cities. Tiger wants to exponentially expand access to education and allow kids to chase their dreams and unlock their potential. And so we have started to expand to other cities. We just opened our second learning lab in partnership with the Cobbs Creek Foundation on a very historic golf course in West Philadelphia called Cobbs Creek, where Charlie Sifford got his start. And in partnership with that foundation, we launched a learning lab on that golf course. The golf course is getting fully renovated at the moment, and our TGR learning lab in West Philadelphia opened in April. To resounding success. It's already full of life and kids taking classes and courses and field trips happening day to day. So
That's exciting. And so, I was reading somewhere that not only is Tiger doing a 9-hole course at Augusta, but you're looking at doing some type of a learning center there as well.
Correct. We have two other learning labs already in the works. So one, as you mentioned, is with Augusta National Golf Club. We're so proud to be in partnership with them. Tiger is working alongside of them to develop the patch, which will be a par three. In Augusta, we are also building a learning lab in Augusta to serve the community there in Georgia. And we also have another learning lab coming to Los Angeles in the Westchester area, part of a larger project called Lulu's Place that will be on 40 acres, will be part of a large campus that will have multiple sports and recreation fields, including football and soccer, a dog park. It'll have 24 tennis courts because another partner in that Lulu's Place partnership is the United States Tennis Association. And so a learning lab will go there and kids will have access to that whole facility as well. So the next two labs coming, Los Angeles and Augusta, and many more down the line, hopefully, so that we can continue to give access to students all around the country.
Yeah, and the Augusta one and the LA one sound really exciting because they're really kind of multifaceted in that they're bringing in other aspects of the community and really sort of high-profile projects.
Yeah, and we, again, you asked if we lead with golf. We don't. Our programming is really focused on education and STEAM, but we do provide golf as an access sport. Most of our facilities are conjoined to some type of athletic facilities. In most cases, that will be golf. Again, with Augusta, given they're renowned for it, we will be focusing on golf. In LA, it's in partnership with the United States Tennis Association, and so the sport that we'll offer is tennis, alongside the other recreational fields and the learning that we provide in the lab.
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, I'm going to put a pitch in. I really feel like you should have an adult center at the Augusta location, and I'd like to put my name on the list. I still don't know what I want to be, but I would like to play there.
It's a good idea. I'll mention it. No
Right,
problem.
yeah, no, if there is a suggestion box, if you could throw that in there, would be great.
It's in.
Yeah, excellent. So in terms of ages, I guess let's talk about that for a little bit because it really is a wide range of age groups. And then if I'm correct, you give the kids that come in at a younger age the ability to stick with the program as long as they want.
Yeah, so we have programs now ranging from early elementary all the way through high school, and then we have college access programs that pick up from there and move forward. So kids can come to us as early as kind of early elementary, think second and third grade, all the way up through 12th grade. Our college access programs offer students advisement. We have a scholarship program. Actually, our premier scholarship program is the namesake of Tiger's dad. It's the Earl Wood Scholarship Program. It's a national scholarship program that gives students financial aid, mentorship. It provides access to allow them to matriculate to the college of their choice, but then to graduate and then far into career. And as I mentioned earlier, we're also leaning deeply into corporate partnerships and providing experiences in work. And so even beyond high school, and this is a long time that we want students to be with us, again, from early elementary through 12th grade and hopefully beyond, our goal is really to kind of do the full continuum. From an early age, allow them to explore, try a whole bunch of different topics, passions, elevate that passion, connect it to the right educational platform, whether that's traditional 2 or 4 year college or technical or trade, and then get them into the right career path. That whole continuum is something that we're trying to, it's a big goal, but it's something that we feel that we need to be a partner in the community and the schools and be that resource for kids to give them that full pipeline into, unlocking their dreams.
And how do kids get into the program? Do they have to apply or do they go through the school district or how does it work?
Yeah, so all of our programs are totally free. They do have to, the parent had, especially with our students, given that they're under 18, the parent does have to apply for the student and bring them in. But aside from that, the programs are all free. They're free access. They can take as many as they want. The first introduction, as I mentioned, usually comes through a field trip that will coordinate with the local school district. But beyond that, all of our after-school programs and our weekend programs, our summer programs, all free. They're application-based, but it's really just the parent kind of applying on behalf of the student. And then beyond that, our scholarship programs, given those are more limited, those are application-based, and they do go through a process to gain the scholarship and be part of that program. That's the only one that, we have a limited number of seats for that students have to apply for directly. But other than that, all of our programs are free, open doors to all. We do focus our marketing and our outreach specifically to reach students from under-resourced communities. That is our target demographic and audience to ensure that those students have the best opportunity for success.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. And then in terms of just how the programs and things are funded. Is it solely funded through the Tiger Woods Foundation or the TGR Foundation, or are there partnerships and association with either community entities or corporations that help contribute to all the different programs that you guys are doing?
All of the above. Given our expansion nationally and on building these learning labs across the country in different places, there, I mentioned the one in Philadelphia is in partnership with the Cobbs Creek Foundation out there. We are working with stakeholders, organizations, foundations, philanthropists, corporations. So we are a foundation. We do look for support to continue to provide both to build these learning labs and then to sustain them over time. And so all of the above, Barry. And given it's Given Tuesday, definitely putting TGR Foundation on the map for your listeners.
Yeah, I mean, and it's been an organization that we've been involved with for several years in the past, and it certainly is a great resource for the community, and certainly providing much needed exposure to kids to get them to be able to experience things that they wouldn't normally have had access to. I mean, that's kind of the general gist of it, right? And
100%. I spent 20 years in education. I founded and scaled a school district. I ran that for nearly 2 decades. And I came to the TGR Foundation because I truly believe we're doing something unique here that, I don't know of another organization that does exactly what we do, which is kind of this full continuum. It's adjacent to the hard work that school districts and schools do to provide kids with everything that they possibly need. We layer on top of that and provide that continuum of support and access to these kind of innovative topics that then point to future forward careers and give students, particularly those from low-income communities, the opportunity to explore these topics where they might not have had the opportunity to have the resources, the support, the adults that are championing them to get them where they need to go and unlock their wildest dreams.
yeah, and really, when you talk about after high school, depending upon what you want to do, whether it's a technical school or a 2 or 4 year university or college, the kind of skills and the exposure that you're giving these kids gives them the ability to then reach out to those other things, because there really are an unlimited amount of resources beyond high school, but it's a question of knowing what you want and trying to go after it and focus on a particular area to take advantage of that.
100%. I'll give you a good example of that. We partner with Providence, the largest healthcare provider on the West Coast. They're one of our corporate partners in our career connected work that we do. And we provide students kind of in the teenage space opportunities to learn about work, through work, and at work in the healthcare space. And so what that looks like is over 300 kids that are in the Anaheim area, that are in the local high schools, who have put forward an interest in healthcare, get to come to the Learning Lab in partnership with us, their school district in Providence. And we provide everything from, learning about work experiences. So think about career panels that give you the full breadth of understanding all of the different types of careers beyond nurse and doctor in the healthcare field. Learning through work, so workshops and micro internships that we provide that are done in tandem with the local workforce at Providence, and then learning at work experiences. So think about kind of on-site industry visits and internships. And so these type of exposure opportunities give students the opportunity to really exercise, do I like this field? Okay, what within this field do I really like to do? And then what strand am I going to pursue? And we're providing those real tangible experiences to them along the way, alongside the opportunity to meet the social capital in those really amazing corporations. So as they advance and through, whether they choose college or some other technical path, having that social capital that is championing them in the industries that they're really interested in as well. So it's a really wonderful model. And if there are corporations out there interested in partnering with us in this type of work, it is something we're leaning deeper and deeper into in every type of industry, to give kids as much access points to kind of their interests and passions, and ensuring that they have the most linear path to success.
Yeah, no, it's great. And I guess I would offer on Giving Tuesday, look, if you want someone to come and talk about real estate, I'm happy to do it. It's not as exciting as being a doctor or a nurse, for sure, but we do that, and I have spoken and taught at several other colleges and universities, and I wish that I had, when I was in high school, exposure to some of these professional avenues to help guide me on what I wanted to do. It would have made this thing certainly a lot easier. And if it's something that you enjoy, then you soak it up that much more.
100% Barry. I'm going to take you up on that. So that we are definitely going to have you come in and do either a career panel or something with us and the kids to give them access to real estate. If you think about it, I mean, so much. If you think about our own respective journeys, when I was a kid, the only things that were presented to me were doctor, lawyer, businessman, and like, those were the things that you pursued. And here I am as an educator, kind of launching learning labs. It's often nonlinear in terms of how students get to where they're going to be in life. And with low-income students in particular, we're trying to give them as many access points as early as possible to make that journey as linear as possible. Because as we know, accumulating debt for college or, making the wrong choice in terms of the type of career can have consequences, particularly for students coming from low income backgrounds. And so our goal is through this kind of full trajectory experience, limiting the bad choices, right? There's no bad choice in life, but, the nonlinear, making it as linear as possible for those kids and getting them on the fastest track to successful lives, meaningful lives, and really the ability to kind of unlock their dreams.
And I find that if you're doing something that you enjoy, it makes it that much easier.
Right, and thankfully, and based on talking to you, I know you love what you do. I love what I do. It is, so much of our life is consumed by our work. So it is important to do something that you love. And thankfully, I'm in a career that I love, and that's, my whole lifelong work has been to give kids, particularly kids from under-resourced community, the opportunity to land in something that you truly wake up and are excited to do every day.
Yeah, well, look, thank you for what you do, and thank you to Tiger and everybody at the organization in terms of the support that you're giving to the community. It's for a good cause. What does the future look like for the organization as a whole? I mean, you've got these exciting new projects for expansion. Is there a push in terms of trying to open up other locations around the country? Is it on a as-need basis where opportunities arise, you'll take a look at it? I mean, I don't need any trade secrets or deals in the hopper, but is the goal to really expand what you're currently doing and build on the success that you've had?
Yeah, as you guys know, Tiger is a competitive guy, and he loves, and again, a deep, deep love and appreciation for education. It is core values that were embedded in him and his family of sharing and caring, and he wasn't allowed to play golf until he did his homework. He deeply cares about this mission and is deeply involved, and his desire is to expand it as much as possible to give as many kids access across the country. Obviously, when we're building 35,000 square foot buildings conjoined to athletic facilities, these take a lot of time and planning, resources, and partnerships. And so we're first and foremost looking at communities that have high density populations of need. We're then looking for community stakeholders, everything from the local school districts to the local politicians to the local, even when you think about transportation and getting folks to our learning labs. Right. So buses, the metros, all those things, all the way through the partnerships and the philanthropists and the folks that are going to kind of pitch in to make the lab come to life and then sustain it over time. This takes a grand effort. So we are actively searching to find the right communities with those partnerships, with all those metrics that I just listed. And, the goal is over time to build as many of these as we possibly can, done meaningfully, responsibly, so that we can sustain them over time. Because as we just talked about, it's not a one time you come, you visit. It's a long journey for these students that we want to hold their hand through. So hoping we get to do a lot more of these across the country, and that's the plan.
Yeah, I knew there was a real estate tie in there somewhere, which is to do these, you need real estate, right? And you have to build things and you have to build facilities. And so I wish you and the organization and everybody involved much continued success. I appreciate you coming on the show. If people want to learn more about the learning labs and the organization, what's the website they can go to get more information?
Of course. So it's TGRFoundation.org is the website that you can go to. Barry, I want to thank you for really kind of highlighting us today. Again, Tiger has been on the course and, obviously greatest of all time there. Humble guy who, again, our mission and vision is something that we're constantly trying to put out there. So I appreciate the opportunity to share this with your listeners today. If you want to get involved, everything that I've mentioned today, whether you want to be a mentor to a kid in the Earlwood Scholarship Program, whether you want to come volunteer at one of our labs, whether you want your corporation to be involved with us in our teen career readiness strategy, whether you want to give as an individual, as an organization, or you have ideas of others who may want to give, please reach out. We need all the support we can get. And again, the goal and mission here is to provide more and more access to kids who need it and help them live their dreams. So appreciate the opportunity today to present what we do.
Yeah, well said. And so for everybody out there, it is Giving Tuesday. So whatever you're doing, try and do something productive, try and give back. And certainly the TGR Foundation and the Learning Labs are a great cause and a great place to focus your efforts and your resources if you're in the mood. So, Harag, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on the show. I am Barry Saywitz, president of the Saywitz Company. If it's Tuesday, we're talking real estate. Today, we're talking giving, a little bit of real estate. We appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you back here next week on Let's Talk Real Estate.
Well, there you have it. You've been listening to Let's Talk Real Estate, your weekly BS with Barry Saywitz about the current state of the real commercial real estate market right here in Southern California. On Orange County's only community radio station, OC Talk Radio, streaming live from our studio here at the University of California Irvine's Beale Applied Innovation Center.